Alright guys, welcome to the finals of this month's MSEM GP. We have Epid versus Toast, as you can hear in the background, Pipsqueak is typing right now. So we also got Pipsqueak in the commentary booth, which is nice because we haven't actually got a co-commentary this entire GP. But anyways, so we have Epid versus Toast. Epid is on Podwatcher, which is it's basically like a humans deck, except you also have an infinite combo in there. And on the other hand, we have Toast, who is on what's the deck called again? It's like Experiment 6 Thunder Roads.
Yeah. It looks like Toast is going to be on the play and a mulligan to 5, which is not great.
Oof.
But this gets pretty good as far as mulligans to 5 go. Like, if Terraformer's Globe finds land or the top card finds land, Reveal Eternities should be able to get Toast the rest of the way there.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a land.
Okay, land. I think we're going to be good to go. So I think Toast is going to have a fighting chance this game.
Confining Priest does not exile non-creatures, so Epid can't actually interact with Toast right now.
Confining Priest is part of the deck's combo, right?
I don't. Is it? I thought like it's not part of the combo anymore after the nerfs.
Gotcha. Okay. The deck does have a Dark Behemoth in hand. No, it still is Ascended Explorer.
I see.
Confining Priest.
Right. Okay, so Epid has access to 3 mana right now, and except 2 of the mana can only be spent on creature. No, Bustling Marketplace makes the mana be able to spend on anything.
Correct. Okay. So would be looking to cast probably a Channeler of the Veil, if I had to guess, or might do both Hierarch Ranger and a Channeler of the Veil, because I think you want to try to untap with a Channeler of the Veil, and if you can stick a Dark Behemoth and just actually Behemoth isn't enough. You need to What Lurks Beyond, yada yada.
Okay, so the play I'm thinking of is using What Lurks Beyond to fetch Margaret, which will tax Toast, and that's going to suck a lot for Toast because that prevents Toast from casting Tensity Grove on curve.
It's true. Toast is then forced to spend a full turn Pith Wilting, but then you've spent 3 mana to tax your opponent 3 mana.
Well, no, you only spent 2 mana to tax your opponent.
Your opponent, you still need to cast the mana setting in the first place.
Right, but like I guess it technically counts, but I don't think it usually counts stuff like that.
The thing that I was suggesting of trying to jam Channeler plus Hierarch Ranger actually is probably not that great of an idea in this matchup, just because of how much this matchup is like, if your opponent ever gets a decent sized rot off, you just lose the game.
Yeah. So you might as well try to take advantage of the fact that you're a Hate Bears deck.
I do think that you're correct in terms of What Lurks Beyond for Margaret is a really solid line here.
They can even play Hierarch Ranger with that.
I think, though, if Epid started to do that on Toast's side of things, we would want to see a Reveal Eternities in response.
Combining what?
Is Confining Priest non-optional? It's not. It's non-optional.
What's Epid trying to do here? I don't get this play.
So, this is Rot Insurance, and it does develop your board.
But Margaret is also Rot Insurance.
You can also just Margaret next turn, or you can with Lurks Beyond, sack the Confining Priest for a Ancestral Council next turn, maybe.
I guess, but I'm still way more enamored with the Margaret play because taxing your opponent on turn 2 is way more impactful than taxing them on turn 3.
I think you're getting a little bit all in on this Margaret play.
But like, how does the opponent even punish your Margaret play? They can't cast Tensity Grove. They won't be able to.
The way they punish it is they cast Reveal Eternities in response. They hit a land, they untap, and then they kill your Margaret.
But the thing is, so the funny thing about What Lurks is that if Toast lets What Lurks resolve and Epid fetches a Margaret, then Toast won't have time to
resolve. You respond to the What Lurks.
But then Toast would need to know that, would need to know about that interaction, and they might forget that they have to respond before What Lurks puts this thing into play, and they won't have time to cast Reveal if Margaret comes into play.
And also, if your opponent just has an answer, you just kind of wasted time. And this is just a matchup where every turn that Toast gets to take just makes things exponentially worse for you.
Yeah, but now Toast gets to play Tend on curve.
It's true. This is definitely a rough spot.
Toast is also not using the new Cockatrice functionality of Reveal until.
Ooh.
Oh.
This Prying Inquiry is going to snag that What Lurks Beyond, which feels great. I guess it could also take the Channel of the Veil, but I'm pretty sure it's just meant to take the What Lurks Beyond.
Yeah, that's a pretty huge. So what does Epid have left then?
Epid can cast the Dark Behemoth.
Does that do anything?
Wait, is there a combo here involving Dark Behemoth, the Channel of the Veil? No, not quite. Not quite.
Yeah, they need to get Godwatcher to start comboing, or some other way of, or just something else.
Dark Behemoth also does it, or Returned Explorer.
Well, it would be oh, well that's convenient.
Yep, not bad, not bad. So can Channeler of the Veil and What Lurks Beyond, or can't double What Lurks Beyond though.
Right, Humble Abode is making the mana situation kind of awkward. They need to spend 2 of the mana on the creature. So I guess Channeler Lurk is probably the play here, and then you just have to figure out what to lurk for. So Confining Priest gets you into a 3-drop. What 3-drop does Epid have? They have Lumi Orthodox. Does that do anything? So for those of you at home, Lumi Orthodox is a 3-mana creature with the text, your opponent can't cast more than 1 spell each turn.
It's good versus Tend to the Grove, and it means that the 0 combo doesn't... Oh no, because just one of the zeros blows it up. Well, oh no, 4 or greater. Okay, yeah. So it means that the 0 combo doesn't, like, kill you.
Might actually be worth it, maybe? Well, no, if you do that, then I guess you have no follow-up, right?
Correct. I guess you could also play Dark Behemoth out just as, like, a rot resistant card, basically. Start beating your opponent down with 1/1s.
I don't think that's what Epid wants to do. It also exposes the Dark Behemoth to... Well, actually, does Tilt have non-destruction removal in their deck?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like. Okay, so I guess like there's no downsides to playing out.
There's no punish for it.
So I guess like you play Dark Behemoth and then hope your opponent doesn't combo next turn. And well, I mean the combo doesn't blow up the Dark Behemoth plan, right? Because Dark Behemoth is still going to be in play, and then next turn you channel lurk and then try to lurk the second part of the combo.
Yeah. And also Toast doesn't have the combo next turn, even off a top deck to land.
Yeah. Well, Epid's definitely taking their time because What Lurks gives you a lot of lines that you have to consider. I've played 8-sack before. I know what the sort of decisions that What Lurks ends up getting you.
You've been through this.
Yeah, and this is like easy mode with What Lurks, because in 8-sack you actually have to consider What Lurks chaining, but in this deck you have no ways to chain What Lurks, so it's just sack something, get something, and it's still this complicated.
Another potential angle is you can sack the Confining Priest into a Bloodjade Prophet.
Wait, there's Bloodjade in the deck somewhere?
Yeah, one copy. And then try to just kind of gas up.
That feels... I guess that works. Well, you have to pay your life for it, so you go down to 11 and then die to a... Well, you don't die to an Augmented Thunderbolt right away, I guess.
Yeah.
But you get pretty close.
In most cases, circumstances where your opponent is augmenting a Thunder Roads, you're probably fucked in this matchup.
Well, no, I don't think so, because you still have the combo, right? Even
but the Experiment 0, like, when it fetches up Thunder Roads, it's fetching up multiple of them.
Well, assuming your opponent just goes raw Thunder Roads instead of comboing into the Thunder Roads.
But even then, like, the raw Thunder Roads is still too short of lethal.
Right.
It's not bad.
So you have to, like, raw Thunder Roads plus an extra Thunder Roads somewhere or something?
Which is basically equivalent to the combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I'm, like, kind of high on that plan. Because you also don't need to take all the damage.
So Epid's going to...
Encourage,
and then I guess play Chandler and then lurk post-combat. Oh, no, they're playing Dark Behemoth.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the kind of, like, rot-resistant plan we mentioned.
This is I guess, the quote-unquote easy play, because you don't have to think about all the options. You just play out your most expensive thing.
Okay, so I think in this spot I'd be kind of tempted to try to reveal Eternities into a land, so I could continue to, like, tend and stuff, but...
Yeah, and then you hold a Pithfield in case your opponent tries to combo.
Yeah, you do know that your opponent has the Channel of the Veil in hand, so you're a little bit scared of that, plus the Dark Behemoth, but they don't have the final piece that they need.
And Epid flips a land, conveniently enough. I mean, Toast flips a land, and they play it untapped. Oh, they're playing it untapped.
I assume that means they want to Tend to the Grove.
Or maybe they're playing around Margaret or something.
That's an interesting possibility.
Like, it allows them to Pithfield
how many copies of Tale of Kings do they play? They only play one.
Yeah.
Oh, Experiment 0 no longer has the combo.
Wait, what? Did they... Oh.
They milled over it. I mean, you still have And Kyoro can't recast it. I'm a little bit surprised this deck doesn't have like a single recursion thing, but
It's hard to
also
fit.
like you can also just like, I don't know, grab a glitch and blow your opponent up. But it is important to note that the Tale of Kings and Graveyard means that we are no longer threatening the full double augmented Thunder Roads blow you up plan.
Yeah. Is Toast going to tap out for 10? This feels like a bad idea. Huh, well,
Why? What's the punish?
Epid combos off.
Okay, what does that entail?
Can Epid lurk into Godwatcher somehow? And now Toast, okay, yeah, Toast is,
Just second guessing.
yeah.
I mean, I don't see any way that Epid could lurk. I mean, can lurk grab more CMCs? No.
Right. They would have to like lurk into Ancestral Council and then use that to lurk into Godwatcher.
Or they could top deck the
Or they
selective breeding, but then you still need to also you still need to cast a mana. You still need to cast a sack outlet afterwards. So yeah, you can't get you can't be comboed killed this turn. In general, this is actually and one of the strengths I think Godwatcher has is a lot of people just assume it can kill you if it ever untaps, like in 80% of board states. I know I've been like really guilty of that while playing against it, and it can make you play scared. Whereas I think in Toast's case, you're not meant to play scared. You're meant to just shove 10 to the grove here.
Well, let's see if Toast figures it out. They're playing scared. All right, let's see if Epid draws what they need. It's a land, so they can they go? Yeah, they can go Ancestral into like lurk Ancestral selective breeding on Dark Behemoth again, another Dark Behemoth, and then Challenger and win. And Toast has a counter to that. So yeah, it looks like they actually made the correct play by holding the Pipsqueak up. I'm assuming that's what Epid's going for, right?
Wait, sorry, can you walk me through the line that you just described again?
So Epid plays What Lurks Beyond on Confining Priest to grab Ancestral Council, and then uses Ancestral Council to grab Selective Breeding, and then uses Selective Breeding on Dark Behemoth to fetch the other Dark Behemoth out. And then plays Challenger to get the combo.
Does still have enough mana to grab the combo. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like I guess Toast did make the right play there because
yep, that would have been the punish.
Like Epid drawing any land, any untapped land there would have enabled this play. So there's actually like a really good chance Epid did manage to draw into a combo line.
Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't thought through
it. Toast is thinking about it. I don't think this is the right time to use Pipsqueak.
Correct. Oh, and also Shocking in the Land does play around Margaret somehow being involved.
Yeah, I guess it plays around Epid being on a hand of Challenger, Selective Breeding plus Margaret.
I also feel obligated to point out that the remaining Humble Abodes and Secluded Courtyards, I think, would have been that if Epid had top decked another one of those 6 remaining lands, that would not have been enough green mana to combo off here.
Right. The creature only lands. Well, no, Epid's wait. Is Toast still thinking?
I think so.
Did Toast just forget to K this? Maybe it's like as a it's a reflexive and then Toast didn't realize that they're still holding priority right now.
I don't think so. I think Toast is just like walking through when they are meant to interact in this like line. But interesting. That would have been a cool. I don't actually know if that works.
It's target. Whenever.
Yeah, I think let's assume it works that way. But I think it would have been incorrect to try to deny the mana there. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I think you're. Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
Wait, so what does the stack look like after Epid fetches out the other Dark Behemoth? Because the first Dark Behemoth gets to bring back something, right? Yay, Pipsqueak the Judge.
I don't think that's meaningful in any particular direction, but
yeah, I don't think so. It's just a random creature. Okay, Epid finally resolves What Lurks. Let's see if they follow the line. Also, conveniently enough, so after the Kyone nerf, I don't think there's any 3-drops in the 3-drop creatures in the format that let you instantly recast a spell when it enters. So we can't do Lurk Chains with 3-drops anymore.
Yes, this is a very intentional decision.
Just wait until one of the new sets does print a 3-drop that lets you recast something on ETB.
If it happens, we will remove it.
Yeah. So Epid's still thinking right now, it seems like. maybe they're second guessing the Ancestral Council plan. Like, is there any hard punishes? Okay, they do fetch Ancestral Council. So, is Dark Behemoth a May? It's not a May, so Epid's going to be forced to bring back Confining Priest, and that's also not a May, so that's going to exile one of Epid's Mana Dorks, which is hilarious. Or no, they exile Ancestral Council, and then
and then they have Rot Insurance.
Yeah, or just like exile Ancestral Council, so your next pod ends up also touring something.
Yeah, you are meant to let the ZTB resolve. You still do not pull the trigger on this Pith Wilt. It feels bad, but versus this deck, you kind of have to just once you let it start taking some type of game action, you kind of just have to let it keep going.
Oh, well, Toast decides to do it now, so yeah, looks like the game's over.
Yeah, it's a stressful matchup, and I do not blame Toast for blinking here. But now Epid gets to just play through this pretty freely, and we'll see the rest of the combo come together.
Yep, well, at least hopefully Epid knows what they're doing. Alright, so Epid, please fetch the selective reading. Yeah, there's a selective reading.
And now the Dark Behemoth sack can actually recur the Ancestral Council, so...
Yeah, that's even better. Actually, killing the Ancestral Council there was wrong regardless, because now you killing the Ancestral Council enables any sack effect on Dark Behemoth to also tutor the other combo piece.
Yeah, I don't know how relevant that is.
Actually, like, if Toast held Pithwilt for this moment, what would Epid's board be like?
There would be an Ancestral Council on it.
And, so then Epid still can't combo off at that point?
Yeah, basically, once Epid tries to get a sack outlet in play, Pithwilt kills the sack outlet.
Can't like Epid use the sack outlet in response to Pithwilt?
That's why you wait to use the Pithwilt until one of the behemoths, or there's no behemoths in play. There's one behemoth in the graveyard with its trigger point at the other behemoth in the graveyard.
Right, yeah, I see. So it does prevent that thing from going on. Well, time to move on to sideboarding. So
I assume in this matchup, Epid goes pretty hard into the hate bears. Like,
yeah, definitely. They got they got two Henry. Yeah, 2 Henrys.
I guess that's it.
Does Paragon of Honor do anything? No, it doesn't.
No.
Anointed Cursebreaker could be funny by exiling the Terraformer's Globe, but I think that's probably not worth it.
I assume on Toast's end, you are basically just boarding in like 2 routes, 3 unhappy endings, and a Praxeus maneuver.
Yeah, just bring in all your removal. Is the rest good? I don't think it is, right? Even though it does snag the pod effects.
Yeah, super not good. Your opponent only has 8 hits, and they're trying to cast those as soon as they have them in hand, so it just doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Actually, I think one thing that I'm like kind of curious about is what Toast actually boards out in this matchup, because you don't want to. Maybe you shave on glitch. Maybe it's a bad glitch matchup. But
do you shade on 10 because it loses super hard to hate bears?
I don't know if this deck is structured in a way where you can like not have. I mean, maybe. Yeah, that makes sense. It feels a little bad to cut it just because of how good the card is when it's good. But you're right. If your opponent like has a turn 2 Barton, or you don't have it exactly on curve, and then they have a Henry, you're just kind of fucked.
Yeah. And both players have drawn their opening hands. Toast has 2 Pithwilts. I think that's actually worth keeping.
Yeah. And can Prying Inquiry on too. I think you're a little bit sad because the mana looks a little rough, but you have 3 lands. Epid did board in the Cognitive Fumigator.
Oh yeah, we didn't really talk that much about Epid's board.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned boarding in Henry, and there's not too much to do.
Well, actually, there's also Scion of Silence that I forgot to mention. So it's a 2-drop with... You name your... you just name one of the Planeswalkers, or the...
I don't feel super hot on that, but like, I think part of the reason I'm just not a huge fan is I don't think you need to be that fair to beat Toast.
Right. Actually, does Toast use graveyard stuff? I mean, they also Epid also had an unassuming Swineherd in the board.
I don't think that would work out great.
Well, anyways, so Toast is going for turn 2 Prying Inquiry, and it's probably going to snag the Barton because, like, you kind of need Barton to not land on 2.
Yeah. I mean, you have these Pithwilts.
Actually, yeah, good point.
The What Lurks Beyond instead.
Or the select. Your opponent has 2 pod effects in hand, so it's like not. So even if you take one of them, they still have
to
to.
For the God Watcher, because you just do not want them to be able to play this God Watcher and sacrifice it ever. Taking the Fumigator is a little bit whack because Fumigator has a flashback mode, but
Yeah. So I guess like Toast is hoping for Pithwell to line up against the Barton.
which is probably how that would work.
Okay, so then you get Thunder Road.
Power Plant, pass the turn, kill the Barton on your opponent's turn.
You know, the funny thing is, if Epid gets another Taxer out, then Thunder Roads augments on its own.
Very true.
So maybe you actually no, you don't go for that. That's
You
a horrible
super
play.
do not go for that. You just remark, wouldn't it be neat? And then you move on.
You know, I remember so in like one of the previous GPs I played, I was playing a deck that had Summit Guardian, which was a card that made, which was a creature that made all non-creatures cost 2 more. And turns out, and I was playing against a deck that had Thunder Roads, and yeah, it turns out they managed to self-augment the Thunder Roads, and I lost the game because of that. So
that's rough.
Yeah, I know. So it just means that like in the late game, taxing Thunder Roads is actually a bad idea.
I don't know if I fully agree with that part of the assessment, but I agree with the broad strokes here.
Like, I think you want Thunder Roads to cost 4 instead of 5. So you probably only want 1 taxer out at a time.
I think if you can make sure that the taxes only affect the Thunder Roads and not the rest of the deck, I would agree. But I think in general, every tax that you apply to this deck that's trying to like cantrip its way into Thunder Road or like, you know, similar things, the better.
True.
I think you're in a pretty good spot if you're Toast here, because you have the ability to cantrip off a clue token, or off a Reveal Eternities. You have Pithwilt.
Yeah. And Epid's actually stuck on lands right now, right?
Technically, yeah. As a dork.
Maybe you just Pithwilt the dork. Like, because you know that the opponent's
aggro.
Like you know the opponent's stuck on lands, and if there's and they can't combo until they get enough mana, so like it does.
You don't know that they're stuck on lands though, because
they didn't play a land last turn.
They didn't play land last turn, wasn't that? Oh yeah, I guess they did miss a land drop, but you know the rest of their hand has Channeler of the Veil and the God Watcher combo.
Good point. Yeah. So I guess you pass on your Pithwilt. I mean, you can also Prying Inquiry and take the Ancestral Council to prevent the opponent from getting a good play next turn. Or no, the opponent still gets to play Selective Breeding X equals a bunch and get what they need. So you can't stop the opponent from doing anything.
Maybe you do just kill the mana ascetic. Just literally never let them untap with the dork.
Seems like that's what they're going for.
Okay.
Okay, so if Epid misses a land drop, then that play gets rewarded. If Epid does not miss a land drop, then
it's still not like turbo punished.
Oh, okay. Epid does miss a land drop.
Can cast a Confining Priest on an empty board.
They're passing? They're not running out Challenger?
No, that makes sense, because you don't want... Does it make sense? I don't know.
I don't think it does, because you can always tutor out Challenger later on, right? Like, just not playing anything here feels iffy. Well, now Toast gets to crack the clue and play Prying Inquiry. And they get to hold up Pithwilt.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense.
And Epid's still stuck on lands. Okay, that's kind of unfortunate. Let's see if Toast decides to Pithwilt the Mana Ascetic again. And I think it's actually correct here because, yeah,
you know your opponent top decked it that turn.
Epid must be super sad right now.
And then Toast just needs to spike any land off the top. Okay, well...
2 Prying Inquiry still?
I think it just pass here. I guess you can Prying Inquiry and hold up the clue. I kind of like holding looking to Reveal Eternities.
Do we need to do a judge call here? Toast didn't spend the right colors of mana.
Oh. Yeah.
So decides to take Ancestral Council because that's the card that would because that is probably the strongest 3-drop that they can drop.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see if Epid finally draws their land. Okay, they got a land, but now they have no good plays. I mean, actually, they can go Chandler and Breeding it to get a 2-drop. Is there anything good that you can do with that?
I don't know if that constitutes a good play.
So I guess they just play Confining Priest on an empty board and hope it sticks, and then use it as odd fodder next turn. Epid 3 mana. What are they? They decide to use. Okay, I guess that's one way to cast Confining Priest.
Oh, that's why they didn't cast Confining Priest on the empty board. They literally couldn't.
This is why they should. Yeah, they should have ran out. They should have ran out Challenger earlier because that thing might have baited a Pithwilt. Well, Toast now has a full power glitch, and I think the game's probably over soon. Or actually, no. If Toast doesn't kill Confining Priest, Epid might just be able to go off, right? Like what? They go. They have Challenger, so like they can't pot into Godwatcher, but they do get. Okay, well there's glitch. Let's see if Toast decides to kill the Confining Priest.
I don't hate that line. Also,
I mean, like you're playing against Podwatcher, you need to. You want to
you
always
just
like.
kill everything. Yeah, I'm kind of pro that. And glitch has like 6 counters. You can Tail of Kings for a bunch next turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom, kill the dude.
Does Epid have any outs right now? Well, there's their 4th land. Wait. Does Toast have a way to get rid of Godwatcher without killing it? Because Epid could just run out Godwatcher here, and that makes any sack effect super threatening.
Yeah, there's not any exile-based removal in Toast deck.
Okay, yeah. So then this Godwatcher comes down, and now like Toast needs to find some way. Like they have to.
Tail of Kings is kind of shit on glitch because she can't -3 because you didn't spend mana to cast her.
Ah, good point.
So you just shit like 6 1/1s into play this turn.
Or oh, yeah, only 6 because you don't have all 5 colors.
Yeah.
And no, but if you tap out for Tail of Kings, then Chandler Veils lets you combo. So like, I don't think Toast can afford to tap out this turn.
I do wonder if you do -3, bonk your opponent for 7, put them down to 13. You can only Thunder Roads for another 9, so you don't have lethal off Thunder Roads yet.
Yeah. So now Toast draws Reveal Eternities. I don't think that's helpful right now. I think you reveal Digging for a removal spell.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. But
no, Thunder Roads is a removal spell. You don't have to dig for more.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe you. I think the options there are either downtick glitch, deal 7 to your opponent's face. Maybe just uptick, make 2 1/1s, and then you hold up things to do fucked up stuff on your opponent's turn. Well, in the second Thunder Road is kind of nice.
Can Toast double Thunder Roads this turn?
No.
Can they like do it next turn?
No, but they can play out a land and hold up Thunder Roads for your opponent's turn, and then Thunder Roads on your turn.
Right. Yeah. Epid can selective breeding a Godwatcher to bring out Challenger of the Veil. So they basically have access to 2 Challengers this turn. So this that might actually be something.
Yeah, that's pretty good. How does Toast answer 2? Because they're not going to be in play at the same time.
They double Thunder Roads. Wait, actually, does Toast have the right mana for that?
No. Oh, they haven't played a land yet. No, they super do not. They have 1 red source right now.
I don't think Toast is going to survive this next turn if Epid plays their cards right. Like, is there anything Toast can draw off Reveal or Clue that would prevent the play from working? Like, they need to find some way to blow up 2 Challengers.
An Apraxias maneuver or Endeavor?
Oh, yeah, that works. Well, it would need to be timed correctly, right?
It's trivial to do because your opponent puts both Dark Behemoths into the graveyard at one point.
Right.
So it's just when they sacrifice a Dark Behemoth to get the other one back, then you Endeavor them.
So Toast should probably be playing out a Swamp right this turn then to enable that play. Or I mean, they can also Prying Inquiry this turn, which gets rid of one of the challengers.
And then they hold up the Thunder Roads to kill the other.
Yeah.
So they're fine if they do that too.
But if they like decide to play it safe, quote unquote, play it safe by holding up the removal spells, then they'll get punished.
Well, holding up the Reveal Eternities could randomly spike the Anapraxias. But yeah, you're either meant to do Prying Inquiry plus Thunder Road. Sorry, Prying Inquiry plus hold up Thunder Road, or you're meant to do. Wait, how many copies of Dark Behemoth does Epid run?
2. Only 2.
Can Tail of Kings? No, it's you control. I was like, could Toast copy the Godwatcher and steal Epid's other Dark Behemoth?
How did they copy the Godwatcher?
I thought Tail of Kings might be able to.
Is it?
It doesn't.
You control. Okay, no. The Toast decides to reveal Eternities, which means that the Prying Inquiry play is off the table. They need to spike Anapraxias here to not lose. Wait, are they trying to go for an Augmented Thunder Roads? That has to be incorrect if they decide to do that, right?
I don't know what cards they know that their opponent has.
I don't think they know any of the cards. No, they did Prying Inquiry before. Wait, I think they know that. No, they definitely know Epid's entire hand. Epid hadn't played Challenger, Selective, or Lurk, and they were in Epid's hand at the start of the game. So yeah, Toast knows what's in Epid's hand right now. So
or
this
could actually.
Yeah, they might have closed the window. But yeah, if they know what's in Epid's hands, then like the right play becomes really obvious, right? Or the only play that doesn't lose you the game. and this is definitely not it. And I think Toast is kind of realizing this now because, yeah, they're taking quite some time. So I think they're trying to figure out how to not lose here. And they're realizing that's impossible.
I mean, we don't know what's in those cards.
Okay, but if it's not in a practice, then like there's no way to not lose, right?
I can't really answer that with certainty because I don't know Toast's deck well enough.
Okay, yeah, good point. But like, what kind of card would you need to not lose? And
yeah, I think they're in a bad spot if there's no other card or if there's no Anapraxias there.
let's see what they grab. Oh, they're still thinking.
Yeah, can't cast a Terraformer's Globe, which is one of the top 3 apparently.
Well, maybe Epid doesn't see the line. Epid probably sees the line though.
They've had a solid GP run so far.
Yeah, they should be familiar enough.
against them.
Well, what did they take? They took Terraformer's Globe. Oh, and they're going for an Augmented Thunder Roads at sorcery speed. Yeah, I think this is just them saying that, yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah. I mean, look, you hope your opponent doesn't see lethal, and then you have them dead on the untap.
Well, Toast sees the opponent's lethal.
Yeah.
And concedes.
All right.
So yeah, Podwatcher, first GP win. I think that's a huge step for the deck.
I'm happy with that. Had a good run.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with Godwatcher winning because I hate the other deck way more than I hate Podwatcher.
That's fair.
Although I lost to Podwatcher, so maybe my hate is misplaced. But hey, I can't complain too much about a deck that hasn't won any GPs before suddenly winning, and it's a deck that's been worked on for quite a while too. So it's definitely well deserved.
It's also a linear deck with a pod game plan. It's basically a Ricky deck.
Somehow I don't. For some reason, like Podwatcher never clicked with me, despite the fact that I played 8-sack. I think it's because 8-sack didn't actually have a combo finish.
I think also just like Podwatcher has less. I drew the card I needed and top decked my way out of it.
Yeah, that too. Actually, let's see if any of those guys are willing to join voice chat.
I'm gonna actually duck and go do field testing stuff. But...
Okay, sure. Oh, hi there, Toasty. Oh, Epid, you're here too.
Hello.
Yeah. So actually, tell us, like, you saw the line, right? And you conceded.
Yeah. I saw the line.
Did you like?
There were several lines.
But did you see a line that would the line that you could have taken to not make yourself lose?
In which game?
In game 2, like at the end there was a line you could have taken that would have prevented Epid from winning next turn, and it was with completely no information.
What do you think it was?
So you probably inquiry one of their. So like the problem there was that they had access to a channeler of the Veils, right? So you use prior inquiry to get rid of one of the channelers, and then you use removal on the other channeler.
I mean, how that doesn't. Channeler can just do everything at instant speed.
Well, so you probably inquiry. Well, I'm assuming it works, but so what? You probably inquiry one of their pod effects, or you probably inquiry the selective breeding, and then during their opponent, and then your opponent plays out channeler and tries to sack Godwatcher, and then you kill channeler in response. Like that works, right?
Yeah.
Or at least I'm assuming it works.
I think it would work. Yeah, I think it would work.
Okay, yeah.
In that case, not well.
Wow. So yeah, Epid, thoughts about the deck?
The deck played really well into the meta, which was very fortunate. I didn't encounter a single aggro deck, and a single creature-based aggro deck, and I didn't encounter a deck with a counterspell in it. So
yeah,
it was weirdly smooth sailing. I encountered one aggro match and I lost in the Swiss.
Yeah, and then in every other matchup, you either comboed off or tax your opponent out of the game.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's the deck. I don't think I played the deck I don't think I'm a very good pod pilot, so the deck it's good if I can play it and win this with it. I think
Yeah, anyone can do it.
I'm also very happy I managed to dodge mono black. I felt very, very scared of that matchup.
Was there any mono black decks in this GP?
Nyx was on it.
Oh well, good on you for dodging Nyx.
There's also
so the strat, right, is to bring mono black in the next GP because everyone will be watching, bringing Podwatcher.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
So tell us what was it?
I was just thinking two things. First, shoot, I don't remember. Yeah, first thing was, um, was I was thinking back in when I played you in Swiss that I keep thinking this because I need to get into Podwatcher because I really love pod decks. And I remember there was one time in our Swiss game when you had a win with literally just like an ancestral council on board and like one other thing, and I don't remember what it was, but you could like you could like sack a dark behemoth or something with the ancestral council, and it was very cool. And then you ended up just drawing what looks beyond anyway, so it didn't matter. But I was like, well, that's pretty fun. I should get into this deck. And the second thing is, I was very unfortunate. I think Kaya would have a better matchup because for some reason I decided to remove all my graveyard hate from the sideboard.
Good. You're
Not
right.
all of it, but like all but one piece.
Wait, what? Didn't you have? Wait, did you not have stand? Oh, you only had one endeavor. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I only had one endeavor.
I thought you had 4 for some reason. I was like feeling very lucky that I hadn't seen any.
Yeah, no, I only had one. I was trying to prepare for some other stuff, and it did not end up coming to pass. So thankfully, I didn't get bitten too much for that in this Swiss, and like most of the GP, but it didn't really come back to bite me here.
Well, I mean, Epid also beat up Caillou in the previous round, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
I mean, it might have mattered, but it wouldn't necessarily have mattered. Yeah.
I think I much preferred, like, for showcasing how our decks played against each other, our Swiss matchup. I felt like that had a lot more, was much closer, had a lot more different lines we could take. And, like, unfortunately, it's just, I felt both those games, Yeah,
both
was misplays.
There were misplays definitely there, and some screw up. Yeah,
it happens.
Definitely, misplays and stuff. I'm very tired. I've been doing too much lately.
I'm also very tired.
Oh, yeah, that's how it goes. But yeah, anyways, I'm glad I made it to finals.
Yeah, no, congrats.
Awesome. And congrats on your GP one. Is this your first one?
Yes, first MSEM one, yeah.
Congrats. Welcome to the Winners Club.
Is there a special like channel or something?
No, there isn't.
Oh, wait, no, I do get... Or is it all in the Octagon now?
It's all in the Octagon.
Oh, okay.
It's like set channels. Each winner gets their own channel.
Have you won?
The only person with access to it.
Yeah, that's what the roles are for. We just get our exclusive channel all to ourselves.
Wait, Toast, how do you know that? You've never won a GP before, have you?
The trick is I am actually Nyx.
Oh.
Holy crap! Wait, so because I know there were some GP matches of Toast against Nyx. Wait, so does that mean you're match fixing yourself?
Yeah, I am. I'm sorry you had to find out this.
Oh no, you're going to get DQ'd for cheating. Wait, actually,
it's okay. I'll use my third account, Pipsqueak.
Wait, actually, is there like something in the tournament rules that covers the scenario where a single player pretends to be 2 different people?
I would not directly, but you would probably just be banned from tournaments.
That'd be really funny though.
I did ask about it for like leagues. So if you want to run 2 league runs at the same time, use an old account.
It's so funny.
Yeah. But yeah,
one person with 5 computers just running endless MSEM games against each other. This is how you win league.
Yeah, this is that would certainly be quite the scandal once it gets revealed.
So I'm not the hugest or I don't follow the format that much or the intricacies of it. I just pick up a deck and play each GP. Having lost to the deck and playing the format a lot more than does Podwatcher get axed in the next balance?
Probably not. I mean, I think it's fair.
I mean, like, I think it's a really good deck. Like, it's an extremely good deck. It has like a lot of power, a lot of lines and stuff, but it does like lose to a lot of things. I think it's
why hadn't it been run in a GP before?
People just never got bothered.
Well, I think the original version of it lost to a lot more things.
Yeah.
And
was that
now
before the I Hate Bears?
Before the humanification of it. When it was just like Dork's Ancestral Council, Godwatcher, stuff like that.
Is there's like a
now-
non-combo version of this, right? That did reasonably well a few GPs back.
Yeah, there was. This is basically like a melding of the humans deck and the combo deck.
Mm.
Like there was also that non-Podwatcher one that was the pod like commanding princess combo that was girl who wouldn't die, that stuff.
Yeah, that got
Yeah.
nerfed.
Yeah, but human girls. But yeah,
So-
I think Podwatcher is a good deck, especially now that like I think before it would have struggled a lot in GPs because like
Interaction.
yeah,
Is there were
interaction
like
and stuff.
4 mono black decks and like
But-
way more Merfolk.
I think this is true. I think it definitely gets a lot better now though. In this new version, and also it really you didn't intend it, but it was a really good choice into the meta, like you said.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, anyways, thanks for coming on to chat with me after the games. So yeah,
no, thank you for commentating as well. I'm looking forward to watching.
I'll have to play a new deck now if Experiment 6 is going to get killed.
well, we can always see. But that's going to be
Yeah.
in the next GP. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll end it here.
Goodbye.